let me tell you the Maliki ruling basically before I forget. If in Salah, if the exposed area is Awrah mukhaffafa, if the exposed area is Awrah mukhaffafa, there is no amount there. If the exposed area is Awrah mukhaffafa, Salah must be repeated. Must be repeated. In that same Salah time. Okay? If someone found out that the Awrah was exposed during Salah, or they were told, and that area is Awrah mukhaffafa, then they will repeat the Salah. But if the Salah time is finished, they don't have to repeat it. That's the difference in ruling. But if it was mughallada, and he finds out that his Awrah was exposed, even if he finds out after a year, he has to repeat the Salah. Okay? He will repeat the Salah, doesn't matter how many Salah time has gone past. The Salah must be repeated. That's the difference between, that's why they categorized Mughallada and Mukhaffafa. So, you would have noticed if you made notes that the chest for women is Mukhaffafa, Mughallada. Mukhaffafa. If her exposure was unintentional, but it was from the area of neck or chest where normally the buttons are, or something was holding the qameez and it broke, this has a lighter because it's mukhaffafa, and if she did not correct it in Salah straight away, she will repeat the Salah in this time, but if the Salah time finishes, she is not, if there is no enough time left to repeat Salah, then she is not told to repeat the Salah. But if the area was from the stomach being mughallada, Awrah is mughallada, so she would be made to repeat Salah even if the Salah time is finished. Ahnaf are strict in all the Awrah. The real madhab of Ahnaf, they don't really distinguish between mughallada and mukhaffafa when it comes to bayn al-surrati wal rukbatayn. But the Malikis do. And what's the reason? Because what happened was, this is a long discussion in the books that Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, the Hadeeth in Bukhari, and I'm sure in other books as well, that on the day of Khaybar, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam passed by me, and my knees were touching his thighs, or something to this effect. And he uncovered his thighs. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam's thighs were exposed. It's like, when you are ready for something and he was getting ready for battle. When we are going hiking, we pick our trousers up. But his thighs were exposed. And he said, and the ulama said, there is nothing between the thigh of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the knee of, they were touching, he touched the skin. And he said, I could see the whiteness of his thighs. So, from this, the Malikis, they took that the thighs in Salah for men, what is Awrah? What is the mughallada Awrah? The private parts, yeah? So they said that can't, and some said this is not even Awrah. But the real madhab is that it needs to be covered in salah. Okay. Okay. But this hadith has an effect. Now, there is also other hadith. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam was sitting, with Sahabi. There was a Sahabi who said, I decided today I was going to spend all my day with Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I'm not going to leave him. I went looking for him, and then they told me which way he went. I found him by a well. He was sitting on the platform, his legs dangling in the well, and his thighs were uncovered. This is a Sahih hadith. So they said, it can't be an awrah. Some scholars say it's not awrah, based on that, okay? But there are some scholars, the Jamhur, they all say it is awrah. And there is a reason why they say that. Before I move on, one more hadith I just remembered. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sitting, and his thighs were uncovered. Abu Bakr came, radiallahu anhu, he asked for permission, he came in, he let him in, and he was ala halihi, he was the way he was. Then Umar came, same thing happened. Then Uthman came, he asked permission, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam allowed him, he covered his thighs, and the hadith continues. Yeah? Naam. So those who said it's not awrah, they said based on that. Then some said it's awrah, but only in front of normal people, and in close to your people, it's not something like that. But the Jamhur went with the hadith. Okay? Jamhur went with the hadith. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw a Sahabi. He said to him, غطي فخذك فإنها من العورة. Because this hadith is clear cut. Either this hadith nullifies the other hadith, or this hadith, because the other hadith has possibility to be interpreted in other ways. For example, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the battle, if he has raised his, maybe he didn't mean to raise it, maybe he raised it for a reason. But here is clear cut. He said, غطي فخذك. He said, cover them فإنها من العورة. Tirmidhi has narrated it, and he says hadith is Hasan. And the ulama said this hadith has more weight compared to those who said, so that's why the madhahib, two madhahib we covered today, they don't allow unveiling of thighs and knees in any case, in salah or outside salah. If you remember, when we say mukhaffafa and mughallada, this is for the ruling whether you will repeat salah or not. Yeah? Because the other ahadith, they have ihtimal, and if there is a dispute in matters like that, it is better to go with what is clear cut and what is with the Jamhur have went with. There are very few people went the other way, but the most scholars in the early days, they were of the view that it is wajib to cover your thighs, and still to this day they are. Especially in front of strange women, there is much fitna. Okay? And even in Maliki madhab, there are scholars, they say it's not awrah, but the other scholars, they are like the Jamhur, they say it is awrah. But there are people in the Maliki madhab, they say it's not awrah because of this hadith. The others, they say it's awrah. But in salah, the ruling is now with you. Okay? Also, her feet, the women's feet, the qadam, the feet is qadam. The part which hits the floor is called the batin, and the zahir is the one you can see if you were in front of the person. So, they say the feet in the Maliki madhab is awrah, the zahir of it. In Hanafi madhab, it is not. Okay? So, if the batin was exposed, it doesn't invalidate the salah. But if the zahir was exposed, then she would be told to repeat her salah in the salah time. If there was no salah time left, then it would be excused. Okay. Okay, is there anything we left off? And I did already, I think I've said more than I need to say. So we have covered two methods today. The other two methods, inshallah, will be much quicker. If you remember this, I'm not going to repeat it. If you remember this, it will help you. If not, inshallah, Allah will help you. But any questions, please go ahead.